Happy Sunday, champions. This is your at a glance for the week of September 17th through September 21st. I hope everyone had a great weekend. I have a few things that I want to bring to your attention before we begin this week. The first thing is that tomorrow we will have our Student Rights and Responsibilities Assembly. It will begin at 8:30 for primary, and then we will probably start around 9 o'clock, 9:15 for intermediate. Please be flexible when we make the announcement for you to bring your students down to the cafeteria for the assembly. If your students are on specials, the specialists should be with the students in the assembly. If your planning or your specials time is over in the middle of the assembly, please make sure you come to the cafeteria to retrieve your students. I have attached the SST and the SIT. So there is a difference between SST and the SIT team. And so we will be talking about the difference between the two in the next coming weeks. I have attached the administrative procedure that goes over the two. So please take a moment to look through the information, the PowerPoint, to make sure that you are familiar with the process and understand what SST is versus what the SIT team is. The field trip packet or information is also attached to this at a glance. Please make sure you review it carefully. Please make sure you understand any information that needs to be included in the field trip. If you're unsure, please ask Ms. Hernandez or ask your primary chairperson or intermediate chairperson for assistance with that. Speaking of the primary chairperson and the intermediate chairperson position, there is a memo attached to this at a glance that goes over what those two positions entail. Mrs. Ford is our primary chairperson, and Mr. Woods is the intermediate chairperson. And the two of them will serve as a resource, a point of contact for the primary teams and for the intermediate teams. They will send you communication within the next week or two, scheduling a meeting and just kind of talking about what their roles and responsibilities will be this school year. However, you can read the memo coming from me that really designates what their responsibilities are and what that looks like for this school year. Many of you have begun giving your SLO assessments. Please make sure you are following the timelines. Please make sure that you are giving your SLO pretest to Ms. Lewis when you are finished. We will have a procedure and process for SLO, very similar to last year, but a little different. And so I will talk to you individually about what that looks like. I was in collaborative planning this week, talking to everyone about SLOs and giving you some best practices. I will sit in a few collaborative plannings this week that I was not in last week to talk about that as well. You will receive a calendar invite from Mrs. Hernandez or myself for your goal-setting conferences. They will begin this week. This Wednesday, we'll start the first round of goal-setting conferences. Please make sure you complete your goal-setting conference in my PPS. Remember, you are choosing two goals. These are goals that you want to work on this school year. You can base them off of FFT from the previous year. You can base them off of areas of growth that you have observed in yourself, or through framework for teaching, informal or formal observations. It has been noted that this was an area of growth for you. The last thing that I want to remind everyone is collaborative planning it started last week, and thank you so much for everyone that attended. We had really great starts of collaborative planning. It is important that our special ed team and our ESOL teams are in attendance at collaborative planning. Please make sure you go to the collaborative plannings that of the grade levels in which you service. That is all for this week. I hope everyone has a great Sunday evening and a great learning week.